Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Jackie and today I'm sharing a gift that I've made for Jo over in New Zealand. She sent me some beautiful happy mail and I wanted to do something nice for her too. So I've made a journal, or two really, but one filled, one blank, which I hope she'll enjoy. So the blank journal is just a very simple TN. I think it's it's just slightly under, it's 4 by 8. And this is just a very simple blank journal, but quite pretty, which I hope she'll like. Obviously she can decorate it how she'd like to, or use it. You know, these are great for lists and plans, and depends whether you like to write over pretty pages or not. I don't mind that. I do it quite a lot in my journals. So that's the centre. And if we just go back the other way, mixture of vintage, mostly vintage pages, but there are some contemporary books as well in here. Very lightly tea-dyed paper, made to be a writing journal, basically. So that's the TN, and then I've also done her this size, which I've quite enjoyed doing lately, and this is 5.5 by 8. It's very full. I was going to decorate the front cover, but I put this bird on it, and in the end I just couldn't make anything work. I quite liked how it was anyway. So it's just a plain, simple, one signature journal, fabric over card, and I'll show you what's inside. If you're seeing this, Jo will have already received it. I'm going to put it up after she's received it. So it's quite stiff, as you can see, but that should soften with use. It's more of a looking at journal than a using one, maybe. The way I would use a journal like this is actually to take all the additions out and put my own in. So this is a little, I'm going to try not to say little too much. This is a tag I've made with a fussy cut image and a collage background, and there's a little bit of collage on this front pocket. This vintage envelope from 1907, it's a couple of die cuts, and in here there's a journal card made from it's pages out of an old book, botanical book, which I quite like, and it came out of the book sort of joined together. So rather than cover the pages up completely, I've just put some tea-dyed paper on the back. This is a pocket. And this is just a little snippet. It's just in there for a little bit of additional interest, and the colours pick up here. It's just coming undone. I need to stick this. This is a page from a vintage gardening book. It's very foxed. This is all, it's quite fragile actually. This is all original foxing. I've added this little bit of distressed tape, and I've reinforced it because it's quite delicate, that paper. This is a vintage birthday card, 1928 ledger, again quite brittle paper, so it's reinforced. I've made this envelope with some paper from the chapter 1. Ooh, I want to call it Antique Florals. I think it's Antique Florals, and there's a playing card in there, and French. Is it French? I think it's, oh, it could be Latin flashcard. This is from 1918, a mortgage document, and this is the fabric I've used on the cover. In this pocket, this is, I think this might be ruby and pearl paper, There's a little bit of a document there from 1941. There's nothing on it inside it, so there is a lot of writing space there if you wanted to use it for that. Curled up, so I think, and this is a vintage, sorry, this is from my vintage Flower Fairy book. So I think what I did was pop that on there, just helps it slide in. Over the page, we've got a slim tag in this long pocket. Another fussy cut. Tracy Fox labels throughout. Some stenciling. In this pocket, I have vintage magazine page. Training in housewifery or housewifery perhaps, and a journal card just backed onto cream card, and I've just used a bit of washi tape to reinforce the bottom of that pocket because it was quite delicate, as you can see there. This is a page from, is this Benningfield maybe? Didn't want to cover that up, it's far too nice. Just put a little found quote down here. In this Flower Fairy pocket and ruffle, I've got one of these folded tags that I saw Liz, the Paper Project, do. She did it with book pages. I've used a book page. And this is one I've just made up with a little vintage photograph. Some fabric, doily, and a little bit of vintage letter there. In this pocket, this is an envelope. So in this one I have an envelope within an envelope. This is a decoupaged one. And a tag put together with some collage and fussy cut. Another pocket, I have filled this one quite full. This is a more contemporary Flower Fairy image and a map from a book about map reading, which I love. Conventional signs for field sketching. I think that's a really nice piece in there. And we've got some nice layering going on here. This is from the Flower Names book. This is from a Kate Greenaway biography, and I've just slipped in there a 1951 envelope with some blank ledger paper in there and a photograph which is Marie and Friend. Somebody's written on that. I quite like that that's just been used for rent, gas. It's obviously quite old, pre-decimal. I think it looks like 50s or 60s, that one. Centre of the signature, I've got botanical. This is a double pocket, so we've got a slender tag in there. Again, that's paper from chapter 1. And in this one, just to keep the bulk down, there's another magazine page. And this time I haven't backed the Flower Fairy image, it's another vintage one. But I've just popped it in there, just for the colours really. This is an old postcard. And in this one there's a digital, which you could use for collage, and a document from 1933. This is another 1940s maybe photograph, and and a Dictionary of Gardening page in here. See, quite a tight fit. Let's just sort that. There we go. So that will come out, but it's a tight fit, Joe. I'll maybe cut that down a little bit just to make it slip in and out of there a bit better. And another photograph from the 1940s. The other side of that Benningfield, and I've put another little found quote there. This page I've extended with a Ruby and Pearl Digital. This is chapter 1 paper. It's an envelope from one of their ephemera kits, and in there I've put an original cabinet card. Pretty back on that. So that's the other side of that. See, now I don't know what paper this is actually. Sometimes I print one thing on the back and something else on the other side. In this fabric pocket I've got a dangle, some old document, no idea of the age, but very pretty handwriting, and a vintage birthday card, which I chose because of the colours. The ruffle. The other side of that mortgage document. Here I've got a letter from 1948, and this letter is from a husband to his wife. In here I've just put a couple of it's an Edith Holden page and a page from a vintage French embroidery magazine. It's one of those Tim Holtz little clips. In this bag, which I've pinned to the back of the birthday card, it's full length, so that can be used. I've put a page from the Muriel Foster fishing diary. Really like those, lovely little drawings on there. That all pops in there. And then on the back part of the envelope we've got a vintage postcard, which I put a little ruffle on, 1928, and a little embroidery on the back page. So that's my gift to Jo. Obviously I hope she likes it and that it's to her taste, really. So thank you again, Jo, for your lovely happy mail, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.